big. Word. What's up, mother lovers? I know y'all been like, yo, where has this man been? Welcome to Qstunna325's Xbox. Okay? The all-in-one system. The PlayStation killer. The Xbox. We're right up in here. I know some of y'all are like, huh? What? Like, oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that Mo Lover just said that. Yes, I did. Because right now we are repping the Xbox right now. Even though I'm on PS4. So on the 9th. So we're taking it back some days because my lover needed rest. I had an early my loving day for work. So I was like, I want to stream, but when I wanted to, it was too my loving late. I knew how Weezy was gonna say that. I knew somebody was gonna say that at some point. Oh man, but I do have a little side news. So I do want to get into that very fast. We can kind of talk about it, but that's not the main purpose because we're here to talk about Xbox's Mo-lovin' E3, yo, Microsoft. Woo! When we get into what we're about to get into, you guys won't know what a Mo-lover's talking about. But so I got a little side news, and this goes back all the way to my EA conference. So that's going back like 3-4 days ago. So the release date for Madden 20, I don't know why I forgot it, but I did. Comes out on August 2nd, so all those Madden fans, that's for you. That is for y'all. And another part of the side news, you know how Weezy's like, yo, watch YouTube with this, because this is part of my little side news that I'm about to give you. Okay, so I was on YouTube, I was watching Macho T, so he's a YouTuber, does a lot of WWE stuff, games, a little bit of rumors, stuff like that. So apparently AEW could be looking in to making a Mo-lovin' game. Ooh. So my YouTube is already doing their thing with WWE2k, right? So it's only fair that for all my Mo-lovin' wrestling fans that be like, yo, I'm rocking with it. Well, since YouTube is going to get WWE 2k20, if AEW drops a game this year or next year, it's coming here. Of course, I will bring it over to my YouTube, but if you want that Mo-lovin' live reaction, interaction, all that stuff, you gotta come out and rock over here. So, if they should ever, let's say it's not this year, let's say it's next year, what I would like to see them do, right? Because 2K is every year. Now, I would like them to do, if it is going to be annual, don't try to force yourself to come out the exact same time as WWE2k20. I want you to put quality into it. And this is not to backsmack, but I'm all loving WWE 2K, but this has been a criticism since 2K took it over. I'm like, sometimes it does feel a little more love and rush, a little bit, and I'm like, yo, I think it would be really dope if AEW, even though let's say they do AEW, they do their AEW game and it comes out into the year, not before the year, into the year. So sometime into the next year, so WWE 2020, let's say it's sometime after that, will already be out. It will be months in. I'd rather it come out in 2020 than 2019. You know, like, give yourself a year and a half or something like that. You don't gotta force yourself to be directly in competition. Now, you're like, oh, but you're crazy. That would give WWE 2K a crazy edge. No. Show them, hey, yes, it's coming out a bit later, something that's not used to, but this is something way different. This got nothing to do with 2K. Nothing to do with WWE. We're going to show you what a competitor game, an alternative wrestling game can do. And I think that would be great if they brought it out into the year instead of trying to follow the WWE 2K route. You know, make yourself different, do stuff different, so when the game comes out, I'm not saying to make it be trash, but look at the difference in quality of the more-loving game. Shoot, it could be light years better. It could be light years better than possibly WWE 2K. Not trying to start no war or nothing, but think of the amount of time and polish and everything if you just take a little more time into it instead of just trying to rush it out. Okay, so that's it. I don't want to eat up too much time in the Microsoft time because there's a lot of stuff, but that was a little side news, a little speculation, and shoot, what I would like to see if AEW pulls the trigger on making an alternative wrestling game. I would love to see that. Because you got competition, so you can't be lackluster and slacking and all that, because you'll be like, yo, this game's way better. Okay. Right into what this whole stream is for, the Microsoft E3 conference. Oh man, starting out, it's like, you know, started up, see all the green and everything, and then we go right into the trailer for the Outer Worlds. Oh my gosh, it's like this, it's like a sci-fi kind of RPG. I know y'all like, dang, you can't even get the words out. But it's something like that. Has a bunch of story. Has a bunch of story. Seems dope. You'll also be able to get it if you have Game Pass. If you have the Game Pass subscription. and it seems really dope. From what they showed off in the trailer and the scenery and what's going on and the characters, I was like, yo, the Outer World seems so dope. It's like this sci-fi kind of adventure. Seems really, really dope.
Chris Jericho and Shane McMahon.
So once I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. And it got a release date of 10/25/19. So next up was Ninja Theory. They were talking about how they do, you know, like third-person action games, things of that more of a nature. And I was like, cool. It was like, are we gonna get something up that alley or no? I thought, but they went the multiplayer route instead of single player. With this game called Bleeding Edge, which is a 4 versus 4 pretty much shooter. It's team based. So you're like, hey, you could do shooter, it's 4v4, you can see yourself, it's not just you behind a gun. So I was like, okay, kind of cool. I wanted something a little more single player-ish, but hey, if that's what they wanted to do, starting out, hey, let's get something into a multiplayer. I can't really hate on nobody for doing that. But I will give my opinion. And I thought that would have been something a bit cooler, different, and new for Microsoft especially. But I do hope this game, Bleeding Edge, does well. Then they had this game called Alpha. And I'm trying to remember exactly what this motherfucking game is about. Give me a motherfucking second exactly. I know what I'm talking about. It's just been a few days. My lover's been a bit busy, stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, like, my bad, y'all. I definitely wished my lover could have been there even a day later, but I had an early day and I didn't want to push it and be tired and wake up late and be late. Don't got time for that. So I did the adult thing. And you know, you gotta handle your priorities, sir. Okay. Screw that. No, nope. Let me go back. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all like, dang, we gotta look at this blue screen. Yeah, for a little bit. Sorry about that, y'all. Y'all would have been good to go already, but my lover was messing up. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all at all. Just give me a little bit. And the blue screen will be gone for a hot minute. Probably the rest of the screen. But, okay. It's a science fiction loving game. Beep 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 beep. Okay. Just forget that. It's a sci-fi action kind of game. I can't really remember it because we're a few days out. But we are back. If I gotta do a little side note, when I figure out what it is, I'll let you guys know. Ori, which is this cool little platformer that Xbox had as an exclusive. I'll talk about that other side of the news later because it pertains to another conference. So Ori and the Will of Wisp is pretty much the DLC to Ori. Seems pretty dope. And that will be dropping February 11th, 2020. And that is also available with Game Pass. So right after Ori and everything like that, right? Right after Ori, we're jumping in to one of the craziest games that one of my nephews loves, and it actually seems pretty dope. We are talking about none other than loving Minecraft. Alright, Minecraft. I know you're probably like, what? Minecraft? Like, did this mother lover just say Minecraft is hot? Yes, I did. Y'all did not hear nothing else. I'm straight up being real with y'all. This Minecraft seems like it's gonna be heat. It's more like not too much on the building, but it does seem pretty cool. It's called Minecraft Dungeons. And a fun fact, Minecraft is 10 years old. Like, Minecraft is really 10 years old. The game itself. I can't believe that. But that game will be available spring 2020. It's 4-player local and online co-op. So if you guys are like, oh my gosh, like can my homie come over and play some Minecraft Dungeons with me? Yes, they can. Online or offline. And then following that, Phil Spencer comes out. He's like, hey, we got a total of 60 games to show you guys. And then he hints at, hey, and what's next for Xbox. So you guys will get more on that later. Then following that, they went to Jedi's Fallen Order, which I talked about in EA's conference about the gameplay and shooting stormtroopers and everything like that. So we already covered that, so I'm really not going to discuss it like that. But once again, that game will be releasing on November 15th, 2019. So fall this year, same day as Pokemon Sword and Shield. And this game called Blair Witch, which is this crazy kind of supernatural, could have something to do with witches. It's just this crazy kind of horror game. You go into this house and all this crazy stuff starts happening. That, if you have a Game Pass subscription and your Xbox One, will be playable with Game Pass on August 30th, 2019. Now, right after this is the game that made people go crazy, like, myself included, is when they love and show off Cyberpunk 2077. And guess who comes out? Guess who comes out? My loving Keanu Reeves. Alright, how easy? Take your time, bro. No pressure. Mother-loving Keanu Reeves for Cyberpunk 2077. Oh my lordy. Oh my lordy. And they're showing off all this different amount of gameplay. I mean, you're playing as this guy, and you're showing your main character, this big dude smoking like the biggest cigar, like getting his smoky smoke on. You know, they're probably doing some shady business. Like, look, we got this thing on lock. We're not in the Stone Age. This is the future. People are really into cybernetics. So they're like, you know, trying to be like real life cyborgs and still living life and doing all this crazy stuff except for they're human, but they're like humanoids. Low-key kind of reminds me of like some Dragon Ball Z, alright? Except for you still got your blood and all that stuff. You're just more like a, you know, you, but not you, cause you're like a machine. And it looks pretty dope. It's gonna be this crazy action game. After a while, the same person that you saw smoking and his homie and this other woman that's in there, like, yeah, you better do what we say or we will take your mother life. Alright, you just put the thing up in them. You just go in there, blast them with a shotty to their body, giving them straight to them, like just giving everybody shots if you got it. And yo, and when Keanu Reeves just comes out like, yo, I got you. Like, we gonna help you out. Like, I'm gonna help you out. We gonna be partners. We are gonna get through this thing and you gonna live. You are gonna live and you are not gonna die. Not today. Not today you ain't gonna die. Not today. And you know what? I'm ready for that game. You know, you get to make your own character. You got all these different quests and everything. I'm ready. And I feel that game is going to be so many levels of craziness that is going to be wild. And I'm so happy to love and announce that it does have a release date of 4/16/2020. So anybody who's looking forward to that game, I mean, it went pretty quiet to where I was even thinking, hey, maybe this is a next-gen Xbox, PlayStation game. That's what I was thinking. That it's going quiet, and if you don't, I'm not saying that's definitely the case, but I don't think you could blame me for too much, because the next gen is going to be coming soon. And then, next up, it's, another game called Spiritfarer, which is more like this open world kind of game, like you're more so exploring the world. So, if you guys have played a game like Flower, Journey, you're more so like exploring but it just, you know, you don't really have much character, I believe, for that game. If I'm wrong, I will correct my mother self, or y'all can let me know, and I will gladly fix that. I gotta look back into it, because it's been a few days. So after Farrier, y'all let me know. They show off the next game, and when I saw this game, I automatically knew what it was. Battletoads. The game that used to be on the SNES. I don't think I played that game as a kid, but I found out what it was, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, definitely that's Battletoads, because see the four frogs, low-key kind of reminded me of some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But that's what we got, Battletoads. And if you have Game Pass, you'll be able to play that. And then they had this cool kind of 2.5 kind of 3D game. It looks crazy. If I'm wrong, check into it. But there's this game called Legend of Right. And this game just seemed all kind of crazy. I mean, from the jumping, the fighting, that could have been in there. It was just crazy. Definitely look into the trailer. Let me know what you guys think of Legend of Right, the Legend of Right. Then they had this game called Dead Static Drive. So that was cool. Then it just goes into a bunch of indie games. Dead Static Drive. Try saying that, my lovin', 5, 6, 7 times fast. You're gonna be like, huh? Like, huh? I don't even know what I'm saying. Pathologic 2, Star Renegades, After Party, which is like this kind of party, kind of indie game. Tabs, it's a shooter. It's after the acronyms it says totally accurate battle simulator. So you're doing all these different battles and shooting and stuff like that. A game called The Good Life. I guess it's like, hey, you know, when you get to a certain point in life, you're living that good, fancy life, wife, kids, all that stuff. And you're just like, oh yeah, we just gonna have a good life. Like, you just gonna live it up as a maid mother lover. That's pretty much what I got from that game. If that is totally Mullivan wrong, then let a Mulliver know. But as far as what I've seen from that game, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it, mother love. It. And you gotta say it like that. It. If you don't say it like that, you ain't saying it right. At all. Alrighty. Then they had another indie game called Cross Code, Creature in the Well, Killer Queen Black, where you are this killer bee queen just stinging my lovers and hitting them and stinging the mess out of them. Then the next game is River Bond, which is crazy because they showed that at Sony's State of Play. And I was like, oh snap, I guess that's not an exclusive. I said, okay. I said, alright. It's not bad at all. I said, alright. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So that seemed kind of cool. Then they had a game called Blazing Chrome. Felix the Reaper, a romantic comedy game about the life of death. So pretty much you're gonna be my loving Grim Reaper. Like, hey, a day in a life of what it's like to be death and taking my lovers' lives. And I'm like, alright. I'm like, that's a crazy my loving game. But I said, alright. Alright, if that is what you are trying to do. I don't got nothing with that. I don't have nothing to do with that. Boop 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 boop. And it just seems that had to be one of the craziest games that I definitely saw. I was like, what? Game about death. I said, alright, cool. Like, what it's like to be death. What it's like. Alright. Just be ready for it. Just be ready for that. Alright. And we are going to move on. And then they showed another game called Undermine, which is like a mining game. It's pretty much, and the name of the title, pretty much mining. Hopefully you don't blow yourself up, because you're like going underground. I think there's like TNT under there. A game called Supermarket Shriek. Secret Neighbor. I can play. Which seems kind of cool. It's another like RPG kind of game. Then they had Lord of the Rings, the living card game. So if you are a Lord of the Rings my loving fan, then that's for you. You've been missing out on some Lord of the Rings. That game is for you, alright? That game is for you. And then we're moving on to the next game called Nightfall. And then Totem Teller. And they were showing these games like so fast, like bang 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 bang. So how fast they showed off those games, it was like you were looking at that for like 5-6 seconds and they were gone. And all of those games are available on Game Pass day one, as soon as they drop. And then, in that same night, somebody came out, spokesperson came out and talked about Game Pass. And that on that night they were dropping new games like at E3 that was coming to Game Pass. So new Game Pass was getting new additions that night while they were at E3. Batman Arkham Knight, Arkham Collection, Metro Exodus, Hollow Knight, Borderlands the Handsome Collection, and additional DLC to Borderlands 2 that is bridging. It's pretty much like a bridging piece of DLC to Borderlands 3 that's coming out later this year. So I was like, oh, that's cool, and it's free. Dope. And then right after that, they were like, oh, you know, we've been getting a whole bunch of people talking on PC about Game Pass and how they would like to have it. And so, voila, bang, Game Pass comes to PC. Game Pass for PC. That's what it's called. And with that, they had a few exclusive games for PC right now called Imperator, Rome, and Football Manager 2019. And they also, starting out with Halo Reach, that would be coming to the Game Pass for PC. They would also be getting the Halo Master Chief Collection. I was like, wow. And they started the open beta that night. Some other games that will also be coming by August. By August, they'll have 100 plus games. They'll have Tomb Raider, the Definitive Edition, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5 when that drops, Halo Reach, as noted earlier, Ark Survive, Evolve, Prey, Wolfenstein 2, New Colossus, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and many more. That's what's up, Howies. That's what's up. Thank you for that support. And then, right after they talked about Game Pass for PC, they were talking about Game Pass Ultimate, which pretty much gave you Game Pass on the Xbox itself. So if you have an Xbox One already, we're bringing Game Pass to that. You get Xbox Live Gold. So, that's not something else you gotta buy. And you get Game Pass for PC. All in one package. For how much? $15. But you know what? They were like, hey, since it's E3, and it was June 9th that night, they're like, hey, in the spirit of E3, guess what? Instead of $14.99, you get it for $1. I was like, what? But maybe you have to have enough for 36 months, because I did see on my, on a friend of mine, Xbox One, he had $2 on it. But I think you have to have enough for 36 months. I could be wrong. I don't have an Xbox One myself, but when he tried to get it, they were like, you don't have enough, so you probably gotta have enough to cover that. And then you'll be good to go. But for everybody who may show up, who might come later, I don't know. But if you got an Xbox One, let me know. If you had like $3 on there and they still let you get it, let me know. But I know a friend of mine tried it and he wasn't able to. But that's pretty dope to get that Ultimate Game Pass for $1. That was beast. Then following all that Game Pass news, they showed off this game, which is a flight simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator. So you're pretty much in an airplane, flying, everything like that. And you're like, yeah, we're just flying over bridges, in the sky, through the clouds, all that. Almost touching water, probably about to crash. Yes. Yep, that's all part of the flight simulator. And then they went to the next game following Flight Simulator, Age of Empires 2. And it's pretty much a strategy game where you pretty much make your your whole world, like your whole little town and stuff. And you pretty much strategically take the other Marvel lovers down who try to invade you, or things like that. So, all my people who like strategy games, maybe you are a fan of Age of Empires, and you can get the definitive edition of Age of Empires 2, which comes with all the content that's in that game, and that'll become the Game Pass. And they showed off another game called Wasteland 3 coming to Game Pass. And then something else that surprised me. Probably not for this game that I'm about to speak of, which is Psychonauts 2, but oh yes, Psychonauts 2 will be coming to PS4 and stuff. But I'm wondering, since they acquired Double Fine, right? Does that mean other games, maybe not Psychonauts the series itself, but maybe since Xbox acquired Double Fine Studios, could that mean some more new platformers will be exclusive to Xbox? Probably so, you never know. But they acquired Double Fine Studios. They joined the Xbox studio. So that was a shocker. Then, on top of that, they show off Psychonauts 2, like this trailer, the gameplay, everything like that, the characters. I was like, yo, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. 100%. 111%. I'm for it. And if you ain't for it, I don't know what is up with you. Because you're losing your mind. I'm all for that. Yo, Psychonauts 2, I'm hyped for that. I'm ready for that. I need a release date for that mother-loving game. So, moving on up. We move to Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. So, all Lego fans, and the Lego games are pretty cool. I played Lego Star Wars like years ago. It was actually pretty cool. And as I said earlier, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but it was a very fun, entertaining game. I do know a little bit about Star Wars, but hey, I'm not gonna act like I'm a pro, because I'm not. I will fail miserably at that. Oh man, Eric Young. Gotta get that all over in there. So that's in there. So everybody who's a Star Wars fan, you're into Legos, you like Luke Skywalker, you want to go through his whole saga before he turns to the dark side and it's like, Luke, I am your father. and we got Darth Vader back. Hey, that could be something I might look into. Because it was just a fun, mother-loving game. Like, it was just that fun. And I was like, Lordy, like, that game is so fun. I might give it a shot. I really, really might. So that comes out next year. Project Z. Well, sorry. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Yo, when they showed off this game, I was like, yo, this looks just like the anime. The anime on the anime of I'm all loving anime. It was that real. I know y'all probably like, this dude is going my loving craze. This dude is going my loving craze, yes. Y'all should already know from Jump Force, from Dragon Ball Fighters, who rock with my YouTube, because it's over there, that I'm an anime fan. So, when I saw that, I nearly lost my loving mind. It looked just like the TV. If you guys aren't 100% familiar with the whole story, this is like the early half of the Dragon Ball Z story. I might have to pick that up. And then, you know, that could be something we vibe with on the anime side. And that comes early 2020. And I'm ready. I'm ready for all that anime. On the anime. And then they showed off this next game. Now, it's an indie title, but it was just so more loving, interesting. Called 12 Minutes. Now, pretty much, we're kind of caught in this time loop because this dude's talking to his girl. And she's like, hey, honey. He's like, yeah, babe, sugar lump, buttercup, lemon drop, make my heart stop like pop. That, he's like, honey. She says, honey, I'm pregnant. He's like, yeah, I know. And he's like, look, there's gonna be some people that are gonna knock on the door. He's like, don't knock on the door. Cause it's gonna be something bad that's gonna happen. And she's like, huh? You know that I'm pregnant? And he's like, yeah, you already told me. And she's like, what? I did? And he's like, yeah, you told me this. And he's like, look, honey, you gotta stay away from the door. Stay away from the door. He's like, get back, come over here. Listen that, right? So, while he's explaining this to her, that he knows what's gonna happen, there's a knock on the door, and then it's the police. And they're like, you having a warrant for your arrest. You know what you did. And he's like, don't listen. He's like, come over here. He's like, come on. Listen. Hi. And the cop is at the door. Wait with me. Open up. And then he just busts open the door. And he ends up shooting his wife. Then they show it again. He shoots them both. And then it shows him just crying there. And he's like stuck in this weird loop of just not being able to get out. Apparently it's coming soon. They didn't give no indication of exactly. It's just, hey, the game called 12 Minutes is coming soon. And then they show off this other game called Way to the Woods. Where if you ever wanted to be a deer and guide your little doe, your little, you know, your mini-me deer, alright, into the woods to safety away from humans who might be trying to eat you, I don't know. Yes, you can do that with Way to the Woods, alright? Or if you ever wanted to play as Bambi, making sure your mama is alright. Way into the Woods is the game for you. And it's coming to Game Pass in 2020. Gears of War 5 is the next game that they show off. This cool behind trailer, Gears of War Escape. They show the main protagonist, which is like the girl. We do this flashback between all the characters of the Gears of War franchise. It's pretty cool. It's pretty dope, and it's definitely something that looks amazing. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a Gears of War expert, because when I did have Xbox 360, I never, for some reason, before I let one of my homies get it, I never got the chance to get into the Gears franchise, which is pretty good. Story's great. People say the online multiplayer is amazing, so you never know. I see that sometimes. But that game looks good. And you can play the game 4 days early with the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So if you get that, you get to play the game 4 days early. Now, if you pre-order or play Gears of War by September 16th with Game Pass, you can get the Terminator Dark Fate character pack. So you can be like that mechanical Terminator, like, yeah, my lovers, we done went into Gears Terminator Lion, mother lover, Gears Terminator Lion. I know y'all probably like, this my lover's crazy. Then, right after that, they show off the Xbox Elite Controller Series 2. And that thing seems wild. It does seem pretty cool. It seems like a cool controller. Seems dope. I like what you could do, but I don't know if I'm going to like that price. But if you want that quality, that extra comfort, that faster precision, the triggers and flim flam, like, is you ready to do the mother-loving thing? They got that for you. They got it for you. Some people like the highest quality of stuff. I understand it. I get it. But it's just never been a thing for me. It's just not my cup of tea. Not up my alley. None of it. Unfortunately, I think it would be cool, but 100 and something for a controller, yo, that could have went towards a game. And I say that all the time. Now, it depends. Some people, it's definitely worth it. You got a beast of a controller. For me though, I'm just like, I just don't know, mother love. I just don't know. I really don't. So that's something I'll have to look into for sure. Because it does seem dope, but should I get me an Xbox One soon? It will be something I'll look into, but be like, yo, I would have to, like, not want anything for a hot minute. And when I say a hot minute, I mean a hot of a hot, on a hot, over hot, minute. Like, I'll have to not want anything at all, because it's that real. And it's just not for me. I'm not trying to slam anybody from getting it. It's just not for me. But if it's for you, it's for you. Now, moving on for that Xbox Elite Controller Series 2, we move on to Dying Light 2, okay? Dying Light 2. Yo, this game looks beast. They showed a different trailer from the one that they showed off before. So, how Dying Light 2, pretty much what they showed off. You're not the same character from Dying Light 1. You're not that character at all. Totally different character. And his name is Aiden. Right, and so you see the town, you see how it looks orderly 1 minute and chaotic and crazy, and it looks like there's some kind of dictatorship, and it's all nice because it's just, hey, if you don't obey, you're gonna get skinned, hung, and like all this crazy stuff. And this small lover says that he's infected, and he has this, I don't know if it's a timer or some kind of watch telling, hey, you have this much time before you change, and there's nothing you can do. One of them turns red. As to what that means, I don't know. I won't know. You won't know. Until that game drops. But that is a game I probably gotta get day one. I love Dying Light. And originally, I wasn't going to get it at all until it went on sale. Got cheaper until my bro was just like, yo, I got this game. And now I've gotten a PS4. Do you want it? Ever since then, yo, I've been rocking with Dying Light. So, just be ready for that. Be ready. Because I'm letting you know. Be ready for that low-level heat, because it's going to be toastier than toast. Gonna roast it, taste it up, burnt chart, order chart, and some more chart marshmallow. Then they show off Forza Horizon 4. They're showing off the game. They bring out this car for Lego Speed Champion, so it's an expansion. And that actually dropped yesterday. I would have said today, but by the time I streamed we're now on June 14th. So it actually dropped the other day. So you could get that. They have, then moving on from that, they showed off Gears Pop, which, you know how they have these Finchenko Pops, they're like little figurines. In case you don't know what they are at all, these little figurines that are collectibles and that are on the range right now. Like people love getting pops, people trade them. Hey, you don't have this. Hey, well, for $60 or whatever, or if you want to trade, you give me a rare one, I give you a rare one. So, but that's a cell phone game, and you can pre-register for that. on the 9th. You can pre-register for it now if you're just hearing about it. And it's coming soon. So moving on from that mobile game, we go to State of Decay 2 with an expansion called Heartland. And it says, a new story, 2 different paths, and it is playable if you have Game Pass. I saw it on one of my homies' Xbox One. And you know, it's based on survival. So one of the characters is a woman, and her path is to find her father that she never knew. And there's another person, a dude, who wants to find a hero that he's never met. So someone who probably encouraged him to keep moving on, keep pressing on, who motivated him to continue on, and he wants to find this person because they probably gave him meaning to keep fighting when everything just went to the crapper. And it's crazy, and everybody's just out here trying to survive. And that was available that night. Now, this one game, if you are a fan of JRPGs, this one game that had me like, oh lordy, like, oh lordy, lordy. Alright, it's Phantasy Star Online 2. Yo, this was my game back on PSP. But it was portable too. And I was like, yo, they got that game, it's out in Japan. I was like, man, I can't wait for them to bring it out west. You know what we got? We got an anime. Which I'm not saying is terrible, but I'm like, that's not what people wanted. They didn't want no anime. They wanted the game. And kudos to Microsoft for doing this one. Because if you have a Xbox One, you are a lucky mother lover. Alright, you are a lucky mother lover. Because this game just seems like the bee's knees, baby, will you please? Like, you know you will. Yo, this game seems dope. And it's finally coming stateside to the west, and it's free to play. And it'll be available with Game Pass. So Sega, word, you finally brought the game to the US. And I think that is so dope. Unfortunately, I can't play it. Following that, they talked about a game called Crossfire. And it's this big shooter game that used to be on PC, but it's from the console. And it seems pretty dope. And that will be coming in 2020. Then they have this other anime-oriented game. But it's really not an anime, it just looks like. And it's part of the Tales franchise called Tales of Arise. And that game will be dropping in 2020, and I am mother loving, excited. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for that thing because that game is probably gonna be just sick. You know, I hope you guys vibe out, because that might be something you guys will see. Just vibe out, and I think you guys will be like, you know what? I don't know what's up with this dude and this anime stuff, but yeah, this is actually some more over here. And I'll be like, crazy, Gotta vibe out to find that. Or I'll try to at least make it bearable for a mother lover. I will try to make it bearable for y'all. So, following the reveal of the new Tales game, Tales of Arise, was the Borderlands 3 trailer. Yo, this game just looks like the sickest, nastiest, mother-loving game in the Borderlands franchise that I've seen so far. It just seems so nasty. It just seems so nasty, and I'm just like, yo, I'm ready for it. Like, I'm ready for Borderlands, because it's that loving that. You get to see the girl with the 4 arms, this dude, I think with an amputated arm or something, like somebody who's seasoned and can handle themselves with the gun. Like, it just seems crazy. I just can't think of their names right now. And then they're like, hey, you also can get that Handsome Jack collection. Just to remind you in case you forgot. And then they were like, then you can also get this expansion that is a bridge from Borderlands 2 to Borderlands 3 called Commander Lilith and the Fight for Sanctuary. And you can download it for free. And then they went to moving on from all that Borderlands heat. You get this new game from Software. That's the name. I was just messing it up. Called Elden Ring. Now, they show a little bit of it. Still really have like no clue as to what this game is, but it is called Elden Ring. They showed all this little like cutscene CGI stuff, and they were like, "Dang, here's this new game from Software." So if you are a fan of the Dark Souls franchise, you like these crazy behind-the-11 bosses that will take your life. And you be so close to whooping them, and they just take your life and be like, get it right. You like them crazy, hard, and challenging games. That could be for you. And it did seem good from what I saw of it. Okay, so following the reveal of Elden Ring, they went to Project X Cloud, which pretty much is console streaming that turns your Xbox into a personal server. How they do something like that on your system is beyond me, and is the craziest thing I ever heard, and is going to be the craziest thing that I'm probably ever going to see. And that will be available October of next year.
Here is your winner.
It's kind of crazy. Which is kind of crazy. And then right after that, they talk about Project Scarlet, which is what's next for Xbox. I'm like, yo, and that's holiday of 2020. So a year from this fall, sometime a year from this fall, we'll be getting the next model of an Xbox. How is it gonna look? What is it gonna be? They gave you an idea of what it could be based on technology and stuff like that, but as far as a reveal, like, yo, Qstunna, did they show off what it is? No. No, they did not. They didn't show off anything. but they told you about it, told you about the technology, stuff like that. So it seems like it's going to be an amazing game. How and all the aspects, well, I'm not 100% solid on that, but we'll find out next holiday of 2020, because we are in 2019. Then following that, they show off Halo Infinite. And then another little side note, because this does pertain to Xbox, it wasn't shown at E3, so that pretty much wraps up their E3. They had a little E3 trailer from inside Xbox with The Surge 2, which is pretty much this game where you're pretty much like mechanized in a way, but you could like change the arms, change the legs, add all this stuff, boost your powers and everything. Well, apparently that game warranted enough to get a sequel, and The Surge 2 drops on September 24th of this mother loving year. And that was 4 days ago that they had that trailer. Okay. And that pretty much wraps it on up. That wraps it on up. What do you guys think about it? Based on what you heard? Was it beast? Was it good? Was it trash? Was it get that mother-loving thing out of here? I personally feel that Microsoft did a good job. Yeah, a bunch of people trashing it. Yeah, people saying, oh, Microsoft did trash, this, that. I'm like, what? Where's the trash? I'm like, they announced a handful of stuff. Some new stuff, some add-on stuff, and then they were like, hey, and be on the lookout for our next system, next holiday. I was like, yo, they did a good job. So, following Microsoft, we do have 2 more mother-loving things to talk about. 2 more conferences to talk about. And then I'll have one more final video on who I personally feel won E3. And then shoot, I want you guys, if you can, when you can, if you haven't seen anything E3, look into some highlights, whatever, for each show if you can, when you can, and come back to that mother-loving stream, because I want to have like a full-on, straight-on discussion. We gonna be like, yo, who won E3 on, based on what was released, what happened, and why. We can agree, we can disagree, we can agree to disagree, but I want to know what you guys feel, and I'm gonna give you guys my personal opinion. We got 2 more E3 conferences to do. That's 2 more streams, and then we are going to get a final one to determine who won. Oh no, we got 3. We got 3 more. And then we are going to decide who won the whole mother-loving thing. Alright. Y'all know how I end this small living thing. If you guys are feeling this, you guys are rocking with this, we get a little discussion, we get a little vibe, right? get to chill out. We're just making it chill. We're just vibing and discussing this E3 craziness. Because even though there were some points that were a little disappointing, I think it was pretty good for the most part. And we got some more to talk about. Some more to debate, discuss, interact, like, dislike, whatever. We just gonna go in and vibe out. If you guys are feeling this, maybe you guys just came to my channel and been like, yo, is this all this dude's gonna do? Vibe out and find out. Of course it's not. But it's something that we should talk about. Because it's gonna happen again next year, and it's gonna be craziness and a whole bunch of just new stuff happening, crazy games, new games is what I'm really hoping for, some more new games, and just heat. If you guys are new, man, I would appreciate it if y'all could hit that follow button. You like this, shoot, maybe you like YouTube as well. Check out my YouTube, same thing as my Twitch, Qstunna325's, for some more love and heat on the way there after this. As always, I hope you guys have a good night or a good day wherever that you guys may be. And until next time, peace.